Welcome guys to another tutorial for CAD designing. So I am going to design the solid model of the upper housing, and I'm going to use the instructions which are given. So first I'm going to start by opening my ProE. And I'm going to set working directory, and I'm going to create a new file, and I'm going to name it upper housing, and I'm going to remove use default template. Okay, so here I'm going to use the inches part solid as my template according to the instructions given. We are told to use the inches part solid here. So now I am going to select the extrude option here, and I'm going to define the plane. So I'm going to select the right, and here I'm going to select the top, and under orientation I'm going to select also the top, and I'm going to enter the sketch mode. So first I want to sketch this feature, and I'm going to extrude it to a distance of 8. So I'm going to use the center and end option here. So I'm going to start to click here as my center, and I'm going to enter the command line so that I can sketch a line which will enclose the semicircle here, and I'm going to enter the radius of 6, and I'm going to select done, and I'm going to extrude this to both sides, and I'm going to select the extrusion distance of 8. So I can view my components. So I am done here. Okay, now I need to sketch this feature here, which is the sketch of the origin trajectory. So I'm going to use the previous plane. So I'm going to select the sketch 2 here, and I'm going to choose the use previous plane. So I'm going to select my reference line here, and I'm going to select the end, the center and ends here, and I'm going to select here is my center line, and I'm going to enter here so that this point will be tangent to the semicircle. So here it is tangential now, so I'm going to end here, and I'm also going to enter the line command, and I'm going to draw a line which is tangent to this curve, and I'm going to choose in fact I'm going to sketch the first point here, and I'm going to end here, and also another point here. So I am done. Let me refit. So I'm going to erase this part, and I'm going to modify these dimensions. I want this distance to this distance. I am done. So I'm going to modify these dimensions, move regenerate. So here I'm going to enter a distance of 8.15. So let me just check. Yeah, and I'm going to enter here. It's a radius of 10, and here it's a distance of 5.75, and here it's going to be a distance of 10. So we are done. So I'm going to, let me just check this distance, 5.75. So I'm going to select regenerate, and here I'm going to select done, and also done here. So now I want to create the next feature. So here I'm going to create the swept blend feature here. So I'm going to choose the insert option, and under the insert I'm going to choose the swept blend, and I'm going also to choose the reference, whereby I'm going to select the trajectory from the drawing area, and then I will choose the section tab to display the slide down panel, and I'm going to select my starting point of the arc so that I can create these cross-sectional with the following dimensions. So I am going to choose the insert option here, just move it here, and I'm going to choose the sweep blend, and I'm going to choose to select the reference, and I'm going to select this, the trajectory origin. So I'm going to choose the section option here, and I'm going to start by choosing this point as my starting point of the arc, and I'm going to choose the sketch mode. So now I want to create this feature first, and then I will create this feature, and lastly also this feature, so that I can produce something like this. So now I'm going to start by this feature. So I'm going to enter the rectangle command, and this is the middle, and I'm going to enter the dimension. So it's the length of 4.2 and height of 5.75 width, I mean. So here I'm going to enter distance of 4.2, and here 5.75. So I am done, and then I'm going to click done. So now I'm going to select the option insert here, so that I can choose another point, and then I'm going to choose another point which is somewhere here. There is another point, so I'm going to select this point, and I'm going to sketch. So now I want to sketch this cross-sectional area. I'm going to sketch this section, so which is of distance 4.2 and length of 5.75. So I'm going to enter the rectangle command, going to be a distance of 4.2, and here 5.75. So I am done. So here I'm done. So now I'm left with this cross section. So I'm going to select the insert option, and I'm going to select the last point, which is this end, and I'm going to sketch. So I'm going to choose the rectangle command here, and I'm going to enter the following dimensions. So I'm going to enter distance here. Our width is 5.25 and our length is 7.25. It's 5.25 and here it's 7.25. So I am done. Now I'm going to choose the the build feature here. Yep, I'm going to create a solid, so I can view my component. So as you can see, I am done here. So I can select done. So now I'm going to choose the round option, and I'm going to select these 4 edges so that I can round those edges to a radius of 1.5. So I am going to select the round feature 2, which is this one, and I'm going to select this edge, also this edge, also this edge, also this edge. So I'm going to enter a radius of 1.5. So I'm going to view my component. So I am done. I've managed to round all the 4 edges. So I'm going to select done. Now I'm going to choose the round feature again, and I'm going to select the remaining edges, and I'm going to enter a radius of 0.5 where I'm going to select this edge as shown here. So I'm going to choose the round button from the engineering feature toolbar and select that edge. So now I need this edge. So it's done here. So I'm going to enter a radius of 0.5, and I'm going to view my components. So here, as you can see, I've managed to round that edge. So I'm going to select done. So let me see what's the next feature. So now I'm going to create the shell feature of thickness 0.25 on the swept blend feature. So I'm going to choose the shell button from the engineering feature toolbar, and I am going to select the front face of the swept blend feature and also the bottom face of the base feature, and I'm going to enter 0.25 in the dimension edit box, and then choose the build feature, and I'll be done, so that we can produce this model. So now I'm going to choose the shell, which is the shell feature, which is this two, and I'm going to select this front face and the bottom part, and I'm going to select a distance of 0.25. done. So I'm going to preview. So here, as you can see, I am done here. So I can select done. So let me see the next feature. So now I'm going to create the extruded cut. I'm going to create the extruded cut whereby I'm going to remove material, and I'm going to select the front face of the base feature so that I can remove this part. So I'm going to sketch a semicircle which is of radius 4.875, and I'm going to extrude it and remove material. So I'm going to select the extrude, and I'm going to remove material. So I'm going to define the surface, which is this surface, and I'm going to enter the sketch mode. So I'm going to select my reference. I can select this line and also this line, and I'm going to choose the center and end, and I'm going to select this as my center, and I'm going to create a semicircle, and I'm going to enter the line command so that I can enclose this semicircle, and I'm going to enter a radius of 4.875. Let me just check if I'm correct. Yeah. Now I'm going to click done here. So I am going to view this. So I am done. So I am done and I am satisfied. As you can see, we've managed to extrude. So I'm going to click done here. So now I want to create the next feature, which is the seventh feature of the model, which is a cut feature. So I'm going to cut this semicircle, which is of radius 1.5, to this surface. So I am going to select that surface and extrude and remove material. So I'm going to choose the extrude option. I'm going to remove materials. I'm going to define the surface, which is this surface, and I'm going to enter the sketch mode so I can select my reference. Now I'm going to select this option, which is the center and end, and I'm also going to enter the line command, and I'm going to enter a radius of 1.5. So here I am done. So I can preview the components. So I am done here. I am done. Now I'm going to click done. So let me check the next feature. So now I want to create the extruded feature, which is this feature, which is of thickness 0.4, and from this center line to this end there's a distance of 7.5. So here I'm going to sketch using this surface, but I'm going to use the mid plane so that I can be able to extrude it both sides. So now I am going to select this plane, the center plane. Let me check. Yeah, I'm going to select this center plane, let me select it. So now I'm going to sketch, and I'm going to select my reference, which is this line. I can also select this. So now I'm going to enter the rectangle command here, and I'm going to sketch a rectangle like this, and I'm going to modify these dimensions whereby I want this distance to this distance. So here I'm going to enter a distance of 7.5, and here I'm going to enter thickness of 0.4. So here I am done. I can click done here, but okay, it's fine. I can click done here and choose the extrude option. So I'm going to extrude this both sides to a distance of 8. So I can preview my component. So here I am done. I am going to click done, but we want to zoom this part. So here we can see here that there is a distance, a gap which is left. So we want to avoid or to fill in that gap. So now in order for us to do that, okay, so I'm going to sketch a small rectangle which is of the same dimensions of this surface here, and then I'm going to extrude it so that I can be able to fill in that gap. So I'm going to enter the sketch, and I'm going to select this surface, and I'm going to select this as my reference. Yeah, and I'm going to click OK. Now I'm going to enter the rectangle command. So I'm going to turn here, and I'm going to extrude it. I am going to extrude it. Let me do this. So here I'm going to adjust this distance so that yeah, I think I am done here. So let me view. Yeah, I am done, as you can see. So there is no more that gap. So I'm going to click done here. Now I want to mirror this sketch. So I'm going to use the front plane, and I'm going to click done. So here, as you can see, we've managed to create another feature. So I'm going to zoom in, and we can see that there is also another gap here. So we want to fill in that gap. So we're going to use the same procedure. And I'm going to enter the rectangle command. So let me select this reference line. Yeah, so here I am done, and also I'm going to extrude it. So here I can adjust. So let me just zoom in. Let me just view my component. So here I am done. So there is no more those gaps, so we are done here with this component. So let's see the next feature. So now we want to create the holes which are shown here. We want to create these holes which are drilled to hole. Now to do that, we are going to use the following steps, whereby I'm going to choose the edit feature operations. Let me see. Okay, we have already done that. So I'm going to create a pattern for the whole feature. So first, I'm going to sketch a single hole here, and then the rest of the holes I'm going to use the pattern of the whole feature. So first I'm going to start by sketching one hole. So I'm going to select this surface. So let me just sketch and select this surface, and I'm going to choose my reference, this line, and so I can use this line. It's fine. So let me see the dimensions of the tool. So I'm going to sketch this hole, which is 1 inch from this edge, which is 1 inch, and also 0.75 inch from this line. So I'm going to enter the circle here, and I'm going to use these dimensions, which is from there it's 0.75, and here it's 1, and I'm going to enter the diameter of 0.41. So here I am done. So I'm going to extrude this, since it's a hole that is drill tool. I'm going to remove material so I can view. So here I am done. Now to produce the other holes, I'm going to use the pattern feature. So I'm going to select done. So let me just go through the steps. Yeah. So now I am going to select the hole feature from the model tree, and then I'm going to hold down the right mouse button to invoke the shortcut menu, and I'm going to choose the pattern option and select the general regeneration option from the option slide down panel, and I'm going to click on the dimension value of 1 from the drawing area and enter 2 in the edit box, whereby this value of 2 is representing the number of holes. So here, and then I'm going to enter 4 in the one edit box on the dashboard and press enter now, and I have to enter the dimension increment in the second direction. So let me first by doing the first 4 steps. So now I am going to select this feature, which is the extrude 7, and I'm going to choose the pattern option. So here under option, I'm going to choose general. So now I'm going to so let me just so now I'm going to enter to choose the dimension value 1 from the drawing area and enter 2 in the edit box. So I'm going to enter 2 here. So as you can see, I've produced another hole. So I need some 2 more holes. So I'm going to enter 4 here. So let me change this. I'm going to enter 4. So I have managed to produce so I am done here. Now I'm going to click here to add an item. So according to this statement, enter 4 in the edit box present in the dashboard and press enter. Now you need to enter the dimension increment in the second direction. So now we have already done this. So I'm going to click on the collector and click here to add item on right side of the edit box. So and then I'm going to click on the dimension value of 0.75 from the drawing area and enter the value of 13.5. So I'm going to click here and click the dimension of 0.75, which is here, and I'm going to enter the dimension of 13.5. So as you can see, I've managed to create also the 4 holes as the other feature here. So I'm going to select view done. So as you can see, I've managed to drill all the holes at the same time. So here we will be done with our component. So our model is complete. So I'm going to save it. So thank you guys. See you in the next tutorial.